Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Have you ever found yourself?
Are you dating for that person?
informative and
I feel
inspirational.
every bit of it. Like, I'm not trying to waste my
How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do. Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Have you ever found yourself?
Are you dating for that person?
informative and
I feel
inspirational.
every bit of it. Like, I'm not trying to waste my
How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do. Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
I'm in the bed, but I'm coming on live. I don't care. I don't have nothing to say, but I'm gonna say something. So I'm jump in, let them know we're on. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be on. I was supposed to share it by now. Let me put the phone number up in case somebody want to call in. Just talk noise with me, because that's all I'm doing tonight. You see my right here. You see my bed post. Oh, let me share this with you. If you haven't shared it yet, go ahead and share it. I don't have microphones. I don't have cameras. I'm doing this straight with the laptop tonight. So y'all just got to jump in. This is just like straight raw. So if you get it, you get it how you get it. And this is what it is. Oh, yeah. Let's put this in the group. I don't have a headphone. The headphones won't work. I probably could go find some headphones, but I really won't. Oh, yeah. Turn my music all the way down. And, hey, Vi, how you doing? Turn the music down. Uh-oh. Turn the music down. Not that low. Have y'all shared this video yet? Oh, I didn't. I need to share it. But yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I shared it. Did you share it? Have you shared it? If you haven't shared it, share it. Because I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't. I have no clue whatsoever. But I don't care. Impromptu. Let's do it. Let me put at everyone. So hopefully doing okay. Hoping everyone is good. If you come in, say hello. Say hi. Because I really need your inspiration to figure out what I even want to talk about tonight. Because I really don't have anything specifically I want to say. But since we're here, let me turn this music off. All right, what's up? What it do? Time for another, I ain't going to say episode of The Intellectual Stew, because I don't really have an episode. I'm just on here talking. And hopefully you all will talk back to me. What's been going on? How was your day? What did you do today? Did you go to work? If you got a job, if you don't have a job, did you look for a job? If you not looking for a job, did you make any money? If you didn't make any money, did you figure out a plan to make some money tomorrow? I made a plan for tomorrow. I'm supposed to be in Little Rock. Well, I was asked several weeks ago to come to Little Rock to preach. Hey, you work today? Okay. You work from home or you work in the office? But I was asked to come to Little Rock and preach for a friend of mine, Bishop Charles E. Williams, for his National Association of Christian Churches or whatever it is, fellowship on Friday night. And I ain't gonna lie, I was not coming because I didn't feel like driving 7.5, 8 hours. And in the office, okay. So many people work from home nowadays. I don't know who, I guess it's weird. But anyway, he asked me to come home. And I ain't gonna lie, don't tell him if he watches this video, he'll know anyway, but I wasn't coming. I wasn't coming. Then a friend of mine called me today and asked me, was I in town? And I said, no. Why? He said, well, your name is on the flyer. So my name and my picture are on the flyer now. They misspelled my name. My name is James Kirkland, Kirklin. They spelled it Kirkland, but that's my picture. And my name and my word means more to me. So rather than driving, I went ahead and got a last minute flight so I can come in and preach on Friday night. Not even sure if anybody's gonna hardly be there. I mean, well, I hope it is. But either a charge to keep I have. So I got to go to Little Rock tomorrow. So I'll be there tomorrow night, and I'll probably stay till Sunday and then head on back to the A so I can get ready. So Viola, you're the only one on tonight because ain't nobody else talking to us tonight. I guess all these other people that I see their names, I guess those aren't really people because they're not responding. They're not saying people come into your house and don't even say hello. None of that kind of stuff. But it's okay. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm used to talking to myself. That's one of the advantages of being an introvert is that you're used to being alone. So being alone, you're used to talking. Well, is it okay to talk to yourself? That's a question. I'm gonna ask that question. Viola, is it okay? Since you're the only one talking to me and nobody else talking to me. Is it okay? Is it okay to talk to yourself? I think it's okay. I think sometimes that's the only time you can really get intelligent conversation. I have no plan tonight. So if you're sitting there waiting on a lesson or some directed conversation or something of those sort, I don't have it tonight. I just was sitting at home. I was bored. I'm watching Oklahoma and Texas play in the women's college world softball world championship series. So I'm watching that and I said, you know what, let me jump online for a little while because I haven't been on as much lately and start back letting people know. You just logged on. What are we talking? We ain't talking about nothing. Absolutely nothing, Felicia. We talking about whatever y'all want to talk about. What was I just saying a minute ago? I forgot. That's how much I know. I forgot what I was just saying a minute ago. I'm just jumping on. I have no plan, no anything. I was sitting here watching the softball game. Oklahoma's winning 6-1 against Texas, and I got to hit the road tomorrow. Let me ask something, Viola. When you were, you said you're working back in the office during the pandemic. Did you work from home? And how many people work from home now? How has that dynamic changed? I know a lot of companies have saved a lot of money by not paying for bricks and mortar leases and all that kind of stuff, and they outsourced a lot of their work or they sent their employees home. Have those dynamics started to change? Are people back in the office now? I don't know. I don't work a regular job. I haven't worked a corporate job in ever, I think. I don't think I've ever worked a corporate job. That's not bragging either, but I don't think I've ever worked a corporate job. Y'all back in the office or talk to me, tell me something. Would say I did something, but being in the medical field. What do you do, Viola? You a nurse or a doctor? Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on, let me see what this is. Hold on, let me see. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. Allow microphones. Hold on. Hello. Okay, let me see what Phoenicia talking about. Hold on, Phoenicia. Hold on, let me get your phone number off the screen. Well, it ain't on the screen yet, but they might want your phone number because they can call you. And you don't want to know your real number, your government name. I ain't. Oh, hold on. Hold on. They say I canceled the screen share. Let me see what I did to cancel it. I'm using a different laptop, so I'm not used to this laptop. So pray for me. Like I said, I was sitting in the. Oh, I hit cancel instead of share. There we go. Let me get it off. Get it off real quick. Get it off real quick. There, I got it off. Bam. All right, what's up? What you want to talk about? First of all, hold on. Hey, Phoenicia. Welcome to the Intellectual Stew. This is James Kirkland. How are you?
I'm fabulous today. I'm even better now that I finished my last session, so I'm doing good.
You had a good session, a good last session?
Oh, no. The last 2 sessions were Booger Bears. No.
Gotcha. So what you want to talk about?
And I called in because you said you weren't talking about anything. So listen, I'm going to bring a topic. I'm getting ready to bring a conversation for some direction. My last 2 sessions, as I said, were challenging. Just because sometimes when you're dealing with people who are stuck in their own way, that they, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but they're not there. And there's a thing called motivational interviewing where sometimes we oftentimes say people are in denial because we see it, but they don't see it.
Okay.
It's not that they're in denial, it's that they're not aware. It's about awareness. And so I see that more today than I have in previous years. And we talked about various reasons as for why people may appear to be not aware. It's because it's either their environment, what they choose to focus on. It's a lot of reasons. That's for why people just may not be aware. So similar to 2 different people, 1 male, 1 female, 2 separate sessions. One is a federal worker who feels like their supervisor is picking on them. But they don't see how it may not be the supervisor picking on them. It may just be job performance and operational expectations. But they're picking on me, they're picking on me. The other is a situation, I'm just giving examples of situations of how in life, sometimes we bring on our own hardships, but if we don't allow ourselves to step back and be aware, that we can cause more hardship than what's necessary. So the other was a young girl, woman, I'm not going to call her girl, a young woman who says that she is spiritually married in a polyamorous relationship. So the other 2 are legally married, but she says that they're spiritually married. And she does not understand the concern that other individuals outside of her relationship see that her spiritual life may be heavily influencing her way of living. But she doesn't see it. Everybody else is wrong or don't understand or they just don't get it.
And that's the person you're counseling, the person that's in that type of relationship.
Yeah.
What made her come to counseling?
She's inconsistent and inconsiderate in her marriage.
I mean, was it her idea to come to counseling, or did someone suggest she come to counseling?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know what I'm saying? This is the thing with me, and and you missed Monday night. I was on Monday night, and I'm gonna say
I tried to connect, but I couldn't connect.
I probably had you blocked. I'm joking. I ain't had nobody blocked. I'm playing. I wouldn't have blocked.
You probably did.
Why would I block? It would be so boring, so stupid. I'm not afraid of a tough conversation. I used to be. Somebody taught me how to have harder conversations. I'm not afraid, and I don't usually get angry. You know what I'm saying? I just, I will. I listen for contextual clues in the conversation, and then I press those clues. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that might be uncomfortable for some people, but I base my conversations on what we're talking about in that particular moment. So me asking if she asked to come to counseling, or if it was her idea versus someone else's idea, If a person, let me see how I can say this. If a person doesn't think they're sick, they won't ask for a physician, right? So they'll just continue to kind of live their life the way they live it. But if someone else, if they're in counseling for a different reason because someone else uh, suggested that they go or required that they gave them an ultimatum to go or whatever, then I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the end result will be. I mean, I don't know what you're seeing. You're there. So what are you seeing?
As far as the end result?
No, what do you see as far as her behavior? Is she there because do you think she's there because she genuinely wants to find out what the root problem is, or do you think she's there because
I think she does want to genuinely find out the root problem, but for me, the question of is it her choice to come or not is I have more belief to wonder if the other person is influencing her.
Mm-hmm.
As some people say, gaslighting, but
the woman or the other
her,
man? Who invited her into the situation? The woman or the man?
No, it's all women.
Oh, it's 3 women.
Yes.
I'm bowing gracefully out of this conversation. Y'all can have it. Hey, women, ladies in the audience, y'all can have it. I'm gonna sit over here and look. I'm going to count cracks in the wall or see if I can find some blemishes in my paint or something.
Listen, what I say to people, and I have learned in treatment, is it don't matter what the sex is, it's going to be the same issues because it boils down to communication and how well you're able to communicate and process and deal with difficulties. So, I mean, some people may agree or disagree, but everybody should. But there are so many people that are going to come to agreement. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that one is probably above my pay grade, and one thing I said this the other night, and everybody loves to come with the cliches and the concern and they want to give you an antidote for every answer. You know what I'm saying? But I made a statement, and I know you won't agree with me either, and I'm okay with that, Phoenicia. I promise you, I am. I don't expect to agree with everyone, right? But I said the other night that a lot of times, like especially like on my podcast, I don't really try to give a whole lot of answers or solutions, because if you really think about it in context, and don't cut me off before I say this now. If you really think about it in context, because I was in a marriage and I'm not in it any longer. I failed in my last relationship. That's what I say. I failed. Now that's not a period. That's not an exclamation point. That's that's as a semicolon there, because although I failed, I learned a lot, right? And you can fail forward because you can look at your failure, look at the mistakes you made in that failure, and allow your failure to become fruitful, right? Because you learn from the mistakes that you made in the past. I think it was John Maxwell or Max Lucado, one of them. They wrote a whole book entitled "Failing Forward." So many times I think, even in relationships, we talk about what we think will work, because truth be told, if some of that stuff would have worked, maybe a lot of us would still be in relationships right now, or we learned it later. And so at that point, now it's still hasn't been proven yet, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in a relationship yet, So I'm at a point now in my life where I'm like the preacher in Ecclesiastes 11. I just want to cast my bread on the water and see what happens in a few days. And if it returns, I'm speaking in parables now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just kind of one of those moods right now. But I cast my bread on the water, and whatever returns, I just have to deal with it, because I know I'm at a place now, Viola and Phoenicia, where I really understand who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? I know me and my frailties. I know me. Hey, Conjua. I know me and my shortcomings. I know me. I know that I miss the mark sometimes. I know, but just like I have some defeats. Likewise, I have victories. You know what I'm saying? I got milestones I can mark. You know what I'm saying? I got the master's degree is in there on the wall. The children, you know, I can call all three of them right now and they'll answer their phones, and they're the fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? So I have balance in my life, but I'm honest enough, Phoenicia. I'm honest enough to recognize that I'm human, that I've made mistakes, and I'll probably make another one if I live long enough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also at a point in life where I feel like I can make the adjustment when I recognize that an adjustment needs to be made. I don't know why I'm on this rant, but that's just what I'm on right now.
That's called growth. And it's inevitable that we all will continue to make some type of mistake. But the key is, when you make that mistake, do you have enough growth in you? I can't find the right words, but do you have enough to where you can bounce back because you recognize what the experience was? You can sit back and you can process what happened, and you can say, oh, okay, here's where I messed up. Here's what I need to do next time. Let me pick myself up and let's keep moving. Whereas, let's say 5 years previously, the same situation would have occurred. However, you stayed stuck for a little while longer because you didn't have the experience, the knowledge base to be able to pick yourself up timely. So your recovery through experience is quicker. So it's not to say that you're not going to have hardships or experience hardships or mess up. What it is how quick is your recovery with that to do the right thing or a better thing?
Now that's what I'm talking about right there, because I mean, and I'm so glad you used the word stuck, because you gave me a good commercial for my book, because my book, of course, is called Stuck on the Couch. And through, you know, you and I have talked a little bit privately, and some of the stuff we've said privately I won't bring publicly, but you know what we've talked about. And so with that being said, you know, my book was written. My book, and for those that have not had the opportunity to purchase it yet, the name of the book is called Stuck on the Couch, right? And I talk about during my, a period after I went through a divorce, and I kind of was stuck in a state of stagnation because, you know, I was just kind of stunned. I mean, I was out there, you know, and it just kind of messed me up. And I got up, and eventually, I had, if you all don't know, for me with the term epiphany, I had my epiphany, and I realized that my purpose was so much greater than the current point I was at, right? I mean, where down, here it is, down wasn't supposed to be my domicile. I mean, I wasn't supposed to put up no mailbox. You know, this wasn't a place of permanency. You know, I mean, this was just a season. And the thing is that when you realize seasons, the challenge, here it is. The challenge is to get the lesson you need out of that season and then move on. But you can't leave the season until you've gotten the lesson that's required of you while you're in that season, right? Some people's seasons last a lot longer because they don't get the lessons as fast, right? But if you're in that season, and you get the lesson, because I tell y'all all the time that listen to me, I tell you that life lends lessons, right? It's just on us how we consider the clues. So if you get that lesson while you're in that season, then you're promoted and you can go into the next season, right? But so many times we can pass the same rock for 38 years because nobody ever got the lesson that was intended in that moment. What's up, Dawood? We just talking. We ain't talking about relationship. We just talking about people. Or nothing, like, what's up? But we don't get that lesson that's intended. So we continue to, as the children of Israel, we continue to pass the same rock over and over again. And you look up 40 years, you still going around the same circle. Somebody need to say, wasn't that the same rock we passed last year? It seemed like somebody logically in the crowd would have said, why we keep going in circles? You know, but when we understand who we are and our purpose, and when, like I said, I was stuck on that couch, and after a while I started saying, man, this kind of looked the same. I'm waking up, going to bed, hope in the morning hurry up and come, so the night don't last too long. Silence sounds like noise. Watching TV, go out, come back. It just became a process, right? But Phoenicia, this is what troubled me right here. When I was faced with a little adversity about 3 or 4 weeks ago, right? And options came to mind. My problem was one of the options was to go back to the couch. And I heard Dr. Donald Parsons say something several years ago. He was in a sermon and he preached. He said, when you continue to go with what you know, you always end up where you were. And if I would have gone back to that couch, how long would I have stayed? You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, what would that process look like after all that progress? You know what I'm saying? Would it have made my first? Here it is. Would it have made my first book a lie? Because I said I got up, but then here I am ready to sit back down. But I'm human. I mean, I got scars on me where, like this scar right here, you can't see it real good. But when I got cut right there, I bled. And they had to put butterfly stitches in it. And I got a couple of more places on me where I bled, right? So I'm human, and I'm not bulletproof. And so even with all the momentum we had with the last podcast and all that kind of stuff, man, this last one, man, Phoenicia, it hit me kind of hard. Real talk. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? People trying to damage my name, you know what I'm saying? People trying to put bad words out on me. And all I did was try to put a good event together so people could come in and have a good grown-up conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it just that messed with me, man, for real. It just seemed like they came from a character. That messed with me. I don't know. You're a good therapist because you just let me ramble for a long time. You're gonna send me a bill later on? Please don't, because I ain't got no money.
I sure am.
I just said please don't, because I don't have any money. That's what I said.
But you asked me a question, so I answered it.
Well, answer the question. What was the question? I forgot what I asked. I've been talking so long.
You asked me, was I going to send you a bill? And I said, I sure am.
All right, cool. As long as it doesn't require money, I'll give you a free ticket. Yeah. Hey, listen, y'all in the audience, all 4 or 5 of y'all, whoever you are, this is an open conversation. So if it's something you want to discuss, you can discuss it. Phoenicia brought a couple of topics to us. She said there is a young lady that's a part of a polyamorous relationship. What was her situation? Because I'm not going to touch that one.
Why did she come?
What is she hoping to get out of counseling? Hold on, you tell them what she. I got to walk outside right quick. Tell them what she hopes to get out of counseling. I'll be right back. Talk to the people right.
You just order some food. Is that where you finna go?
Yeah, no, I'm ready to go walk in here and get something else. But I'm grown, so don't be asking grown people what they get ready to do. But if you would,
I'm gonna come through this phone.
Don't do it, because it'd be hard. That's the fiber optics. I'm going to the bathroom right quick. No, go ahead, Rick. But y'all talk for a second. Talk to him, Phoenicia.
Okay, so what brought her to services is trying to figure out. She said that she feels like she was inconsistent and inconsiderate with her spiritual wife because the wife is legally married to someone else. And so with her being spiritually married to this person, and I guess the back part of it is she said that she spent time with her immediate family during Mother's Day because her brother had just passed away. And so the wife felt that she was inconsiderate because she spent Mother's Day with her mother, who had just lost a son, instead of spending Mother's Day with the spiritual wife. Which that's tough. That's, she's grieving, her family's grieving. They just lost her brother, who, she said it was kind of unexpected, but not really unexpected that he was going to pass away. He just had an illness, and they figured that maybe he would pass away. However, I don't know. I just thought it was it. I mean, on intake, I felt like the wife was probably being inconsiderate, because you're not considering the grief that the family is dealing with. But the focus of treatment for her is, how do I reconnect with my wife? And so when you ask the question, James, does this person whose idea wasn't for her to come to therapy, I'm still kind of trying to figure out, well, was she influenced to come, or is she really wanting to come on her own?
Phoenicia.
Because yes.
Stevie Wonder can see that woman was influenced.
Or she has a belief herself. Here's the thing, or she really has a belief based off of what her wife has said that she's the problem.
Well, yeah, I mean that's part of it.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel. Figure out.
I don't think that's an or. I think that's an and, though. I think there's a difference in an or and an and. You know, they're both, conjunctions, but they carry different meanings. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's or. I think that's an and. I think she's influenced and her mate is manipulating or whatever she's doing, trying to make her feel like she's the problem. And so,
right.
Is she younger?
Oh yeah, she's in her 20s. So it's a very complicated case, and I will say, to the group, that polyamory is the new way that the younger generation thinks that it's okay. To me, it's cheating. You just want to have multiple partners. That's polyamory. But
how you gonna counsel her? Subjectively. Well, yeah, subjectively. If you're already going in believing that
because it's therapist Phoenicia and not personal Phoenicia.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Is that easy to do?
I've been doing this for 24 years. Don't come after me because I get.
No, ain't nobody come. See, listen, you acting triggered now. I ain't come for you. I just asked a simple question. I don't want no smoke.
But you asked the question.
But you said I came after. Asking the question is not coming after you, though. Is my point. That's
questioning my professionalism. And so
it's not. I'm asking how you do it. I want to learn how to do it too.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay.
When I come to work, it is professional that comes to work. Now, I'm still in my office at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, but at 9:03, when she walked out of here, guess who came back to the place? Personal Phoenicia came back.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Don't beat me up.
When I'm in professional mode, personal is not there because my goal. And what I share with people is this is my pulpit when I'm at work and I'm sitting behind my desk. This is my pulpit because my goal is to help individuals become a better version of themselves, whatever that is. What I want for you and what you want for yourself may not line up, but that's okay because it's not about me. It's about the person that presents. And so my question in the beginning is going to always be, what is your goal of therapy? How will you know you no longer need to come see me? When we get to that point, we've accomplished your goal. I may want something different, but it's not my place to get you where I want to be because I have my life and you have your life to live. So I help them to get to where they want to be.
Gotcha.
Whatever that is.
Gotcha. So let me put this caveat out and this disclaimer just for anybody else who might be listening to this video in another time. I was not questioning Phoenicia Mosley's professionalism, anything of the sort. So whatever that little trigger she had, I'm gonna have to get her another therapist for that one because I just asked how, because I want to learn how to do it too. That's a superpower. I want to be able to separate I think I do pretty good at it as a non-trained therapist because I don't. But my difference is that you say separate the two. Mine is IDGAF. Now you can decipher IDGAF how you want to, but I'm talking about IDGAF. So that helps me not personalize or internalize a lot of what I encounter because if I did, my hair would be grayer. And I'm not ready to let it go that gray just yet. So
I will have to add that it has been an experience for me because earlier in my career, I struggled with being able to do that. And so I've been doing this for over 20 years, 25, 26, something like that years. And my true test for me that I was able to separate the two and make sure that I was focused on my clients during work hours that I'm with clients was when I've been spit on. I've been
spit on by a client, and you out.
Yes.
And you out.
And I did what?
And you're out. I'm saying you still out. I mean, because somebody spit on me, I'd probably be locked up. I'm just saying you spit there.
Right.
You out.
I still would not have my license if I would have responded as Phoenicia would have. But at that point, I was acting as professional.
We need more.
There's several things that can happen. And it was because I was in the mindset of you not pissed off at personal Phoenicia because you don't know me.
Yeah,
Who you pissed off at and who you mad at is professional Phoenicia, who's confronting you about your stuff or you don't like for whatever reason. Now, granted, this time I was working with adolescents who they're going to challenge you.
Okay, adolescents.
But it's still a client and it's a person. I mean, it's against the law, and I will file charges on an adult client who does something like that. But still, you have to mentally be able to separate the two in order to know that they're not talking about you. They're talking about who you represent or the person that you are in that professional moment. And so I know it's not about me because you don't know me.
Yeah.
So when they talk about me or they throw jabs back at me, it's because I'm causing you to have an internal vibration, and now you're uncomfortable, which that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let the church say amen right there. Amen lights. And anybody who knows what I'm talking about, you got it. But anybody, I'm not gonna put no highlight any more highlights on what I just said. Spit on me, you would need another one. Conjure says spit on me and you would need another wig. Even if they 5 years old, Conjure, you can't beat up a 7-year-old. She says she was dealing with kids. You can't jump on no 7-year-old. Listen, I'm gonna let you go, Felicia, right now. I enjoyed talking to you, but I want to see if anybody else might have something to say. And
I'm good. All right,
I appreciate you, but stay in the audience, please, because we might just say something stupid. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But thank you, ma'am.
All right.
All right. I don't know what. I really don't know how to give Phoenicia any advice on her situation with the polyamorous women, because I just don't know. That's beyond. You know what? And I'm from the old school. If I couldn't say a word, I just wave my hand, because I ain't got time to be trying to. Nah, some stuff I just don't even speak on. So I'm just gonna say, stay right here where I am. But I am an advocate for therapy. I got Phoenicia, who has been doing it for 20 plus years. Ray Evans, I saw he was in the audience a few minutes ago. He comes on and contributes from time to time, and he's a therapist and a pastor. So he gives me the spiritual, biblical, social, economic, and gives me all of that different perspectives. And I appreciate everybody that is a part of the intellectual student and who helps us try to get our message off. Dawood, are you still there, man? What's going on with you? What's something you've been on lately that we can discuss tonight? Somebody told me a story today. They told me about a man whose son was in a traffic stop, and the police killed the son while the son was reaching for his wallet or something like that. And so the man, the son, the one who died, his father, this is the story they told me, his father found out who the daughter was of the police officer that killed the young man. And he went to the prom to kill the police officer's daughter. He told me this whole story like it was true. I even saw where Fox News reported on it, all kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna do a whole show on this. So I Googled the story. And when I Googled the story, you know what the first thing they said about the story was? False. Well, you don't know what information is good information versus bad information anymore. So you got to be careful what kind of messages you perpetuate, because you could be perpetuating a falsehood. You could be perpetuating a lie. You could be perpetuating something that you thought was true based on hearsay, and it's not even true. I could have came on here next Monday night and did a whole show on this story. I couldn't, I'm gonna use preacher terms. I could have used all kind of hermeneutics. I could have extrapolated different aspects of the story, talking about a father defending the honor of his son. Okay. But this was supposed to be in Ohio somewhere. And what's up, Emmanuel? We got open mic night, Emmanuel. So the phone is right. The phone number's right there. I got the link pinned So you can pop on all that stuff. And I get it, Phoenicia, if that was true. If that was true, that was good. But this one wasn't. And people run with bad information. When you get a chance, go and look on Netflix at The Social Dilemma. That's the name of the documentary. It's called The Social Dilemma. And The Social Dilemma talks about how social media is used to influence behavior. They literally, they talk about how people in Silicon Valley that work in tech and all that kind of stuff, they don't give their children smartphones because they know that smartphones are used to influence behavior. I mean, y'all ever look at in your phones at your usage time, your time of usage, how much you used your phone screen time last week and how much you used it while you were driving and all, phones and social media, they dominate so much of our time, right? And The Social Dilemma says, you said they were Jesse Owens on a topic just like that. Absolutely. But Social Dilemma says that they use social media to influence behavior. They can look at our phones and through the algorithm tell things that is going to make us mad. I remember one time I was going to go to work. I had to be at work at 12 that day, Emmanuel. I had to be at work at 12. Dang, Oklahoma's putting it on Texas, Jack. Oh, that girl just robbed a home run. But I had to be at work at 12. But I wake up 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So about 9 o'clock, I decided I'm going to watch Mississippi Burning. Bad idea. That was a bad idea, for real. That was a real bad idea because that messed my whole day up because watching that movie affected my mood, and my mood affects my attitude. My attitude affects my outcome as far as how I relate and respond to people. So it messed my whole day up, right? So imagine if the algorithm knows what things that incense us. Like, for instance, during I don't know the question why. Why did it make me mad? Just watching the racism and all that kind of stuff, man. And watching how they treated black people and how we've gone through those so much. It just made it's just trigger after trigger after trigger. I was only black on my street growing up. And so I used to have to hear I can't say it on, but I used to have to hear the N-word, people driving 35 miles per hour going down my street. So triggers would come, and everybody has their triggers. So those things would bother me. Right now, if you start watching, like, get on the phone and just like 2 or 3 police brutality videos, all of a sudden your whole algorithm is going to be filled with police brutality videos. Yeah, it was my choice to watch it. I ain't doubt, bro. Let me tell you something. Tough love is love. I get it. And it was my choice to watch. I didn't say it wasn't my choice. I'm not denying that. But I'm just saying, listen, we can deal with semantics and all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking about what the outcome was. Now, I could have said, you know what, let me not watch this. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And I appreciate you for helping me with that, Emmanuel. Some stuff we don't realize we're not given a choice. I remember one time I was looking for a Dodge truck. And I had never wanted no truck. I don't even think I even wrote it out, but I thought it. And all of a sudden it was all on banners on my algorithm. All on my banners. Only word no is nice, James. Only N-word I know is nice, and James, you nice. You better shut up, Evan. I will be. Well, I hope. Are we coming back at the end of the month? I don't know. We're trying to I need to book my ticket if we're coming back. But you're right. But my point is, there are certain things that influence behavior. And we don't realize is that when we're on social media and we're clicking and liking and doing all these things and watching videos and all those things are starting to add to our algorithm. And then all of a sudden, once those things are added to our algorithm, then we start getting a steady dose of those things. And if it's that's why the whole TikTok thing is so big right now. They're talking about getting rid of TikTok in the United States because they're saying that China is allowing more inappropriate videos to come through the United States than okay, cool. Into the United States than they do, and they have more educational videos in Kansas City. I said Kansas City in China than why I say Kansas City, but than they do here. Think about that. So because we don't understand eyes, ears, nose, those are all windows to our soul. And if we digest those things, whether we do it inadvertently or do it on purpose, those things become a part of our psyche. That's all I'm saying, Emmanuel. Now it's my choice if I let it. But some things, if I do it long enough, I don't really have a choice. It just becomes. Now you might be Superman. Let me see my muscle. No, I ain't working. I ain't got no muscles no more. But me, but I'm just saying the average person. I know you're above average, Emmanuel. I get it, and I ain't trying to be facetious by saying it. I'm being super serious. But I don't think just like me. I can't think only like I think, because if I thought only like I think, it wouldn't represent the majority of people. But when I think about the majority of people and how other Evan, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. When you think about how the majority of people think, they think different. Right. And what influences me might not, and Evan got me coming out there every month and we do advertising, but a certain segment of society responds to that advertising. But then there's also a certain segment of society that won't subscribe to that advertising because we're human. And there are certain people who ascribe to certain things in social media. Let me see what Conjura says. She says, so sad how blacks treat each other. Maybe black people need to watch it too, and they realize how the blacks need to. I get, yeah, and that's true. You know, we could talk about that all day long. It's time to move on. It's time to move on from that conversation. It really is, because I ain't gonna lie. Conjure, I used to feel like you felt, especially like when Obama was president, and I would see, police brutality and all those kind of things. And I understood the process. And at first, it used to seem like it was only black people getting beat up. But hell, when I started seeing white people getting tased too, I said, I'm done. They get okay. It ain't against black or white. It's against. I'm done. The average Joe, I just love to congregate and hear stimulating conversation. No, man, I feel that, bro. But you know what? The questions that you're asking. A lot of people don't ask those questions. You know what? I'm gonna give you a story. When I was in seminary, I was in undergrad. I was at Beulah Heights University, and I went to school, and I took a church history class, right? And in this church history class, I ain't gonna lie, this was in like 2009, maybe 2010, somewhere around 2009, somewhere around that range. And I just got my little laptop, and Facebook was kind of new at the time. And the class bored the double hockey sticks out of me, for real. I didn't like the class, but I can pass a class because all I got to do is read the book, look at the syllabus, all that kind of stuff, check out the rubric. I know how to pass a class. And so the last day of class, the Professor Malone, he asked me, he said, he was asking all the students what they thought about the class. And this is, like I told you, the name of the class was church history. And I said, and so he came to me and I said, Professor, you don't really want to know what I think about the class. He said, yes, I do. Tell me what you thought. I said, well, I think the class puts up more stop signs and periods where there ought to be question marks and continuation marks. He said, huh? I said, yeah, I said, as soon as we hear something, we want to package it, bottle it, sell it, and make it law. I said, but if God spoke then, isn't he speaking now? And if he's speaking now, what if he said something different to me than he said to them? Does it invalidate what they said, or does it validate what I said? I said, how does this work? I said, we keep putting up. I said, because even when I started my church at that time, I was told that I would get support. I didn't get the support. Did that invalidate what God said? I said, but we keep putting up stop signs and periods where there ought to be question marks and continuation marks. And he was like, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm like, dude, you ain't got to do all that. But that's where I think a lot of us are in life. Life is ever evolving, man. Life validation is understanding every day. Emmanuel, every day I become a little more me. I promise you, if the Lord says the same, and I wake up in the morning, I'll be more me tomorrow than I am today, simply because, watch this, I survived today. It's June the 5th, 2024. If I live till June the 6th, 2024, I survived June the 5th. And that little bit of knowledge and those experiences that I went through today gives me validation. It gives me the fortitude. It gives me the faith knowing that if I made it yesterday, I can make it through the day too. I'm just talking. I ain't talking about a whole lot. It's open mic now. What y'all want to talk about? I got the phone number. Thank you, Phoenicia, for jumping in and confusing me with the polyamorous conversation. I have no clue as far as how I'm going to answer that question. I'm drinking juice. Anybody that? I have no clue. And if I don't understand something, if I couldn't say a word, I just wave my hand. And to that conversation right there, I'm just going to wave my hand. I don't know. I can say I want conversation. I mean, you talk about if you're going to go to therapy. And I was one who didn't really believe in therapy. I didn't think I needed it. I mean, maybe for other people, but I didn't think I needed it. But I went through this last little incident and I wasn't coping well. Not that I felt like, doing anything, hurting anybody or harming anything like that, but I just wasn't coping well with the situation. So I said, you know what? And I got insurance, so let me go and check out this therapist. And we started having conversations. And she asked some good questions. And then once she asked one question, and boy, she could see the tears come to my eye. I turned my head. She said, okay, what happened right there? And we started talking. I'm learning. I like her. And I'm going to go through this process because I always tell you that I want to become a better version of myself. And in this process, I pray that not only I become a better version of myself, but I pray that we all become better versions of ourselves. We should, who was it? Dr. Jackie, when I was in undergrad, she said that we should be lifelong learners. Do you agree with that? Do y'all agree that we should be lifelong learners, or do you think the learning process stops? I think a lot of people think the learning process stops because we don't have textbooks and we don't have a teacher quantifying our knowledge, right? We don't have geography and we're not checking for dangling participles. And the learning process never stops. It's just how you apply the learning, right? Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, life is our teacher. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, he's a psychologist who specializes in the SOS regarding Black boys. And he wrote a book about the SOS concerning Black boys. And he talked about how the reason why a lot of Black boys drop out of high school at the age of 14 is because they were never taught algebra. And by the time they get 14 and algebra is necessary because they can't compute and they're old enough, they go ahead and just drop on out. They drop out of school. But another problem is that typically curriculum is written by Anglo white American women, right? And so they write the curriculum. And in the same token, by the same token, as they write the curriculum, they tell you what makes you successful. Or if you don't pass this, you don't fail. So Jawanza Kunjufu tells the story. Jawanza Kunjufu tells the story of a Black boy by the name of Johnny. Johnny would go to school every week, every day, and Johnny just couldn't sit down. So teacher went to the principal. Principal went to the counselor. Counselor went to the house. And when the counselor got to the house, she knocked on the door. And when Johnny's teenage mama, barely a teenager, opened the door, she came inside. There was only one chair. One chair was sitting in front of a TV. TV was sitting on some crates. Grandmama was sitting in a chair. Children were running around grandmama. So the reason why Johnny didn't sit down is because he didn't have anywhere to sit. And so he had gotten accustomed to standing up. And it points to the reality that it's hard to teach a child that you don't understand, teach a child that you can't relate to. And that's the problem, is that we become so desensitized to our neighbor and to our brothers and sisters that we're to the point where we don't feel like we can relate to them. We can't teach them. We can't take them to the next level. And that's why we're so divided. Let me see what y'all said. Emmanuel said, my God, I think Your cousin Kiki turned me on to you, and I've been watching you. Yep, that's my cousin, man. That's my little baby girl right there. That's my cousin. You know, I didn't know Kiki growing up because I left home. I left Little Rock in 1995. So what's that? Going on 29 years. So Kiki was a little girl then, so I didn't even know her. But that's my little cousin, man. I appreciate you for rocking with me too, Emmanuel. Let me see what my friend Conjua said. Conjua said, I know 2 guys in my area that have a wife and girlfriend with children living together. I used to think that Black people would not do that, but it's not true. A lot of people are defending relationships. But you know what, Conjua? That ain't Black people. That's just people. See, we can put that superlative on there and say it's Black people, white people, all that kind of stuff. Okay, you left Pine Bluff in 96. See, I went to UAPB in 90, 91, 92. But I spent every summer in Pine Bluff because my mother, when she was alive, she lived in Pine Bluff, and I got a whole bunch of Kirklands in Pine Bluff. My grandmother has a restaurant now at Grider Field. My uncle's Larry, he took pictures in Pine Bluff forever. My cousin Bubba, he cooks in Pine Bluff. I got so many family members in Pine Bluff. Yeah, you know what? A lot of what we call a race problem, Conjure, it ain't. I know, and I feel you because you're not necessarily concerned about another race. You're only concerned about your race. But sometimes when we turn that light on ourselves, and the light's so piercing, it's almost like a laser, right? Because we're saying Black people do this like white people don't. They do it too. It's people. We got people problems. You know why we got people problems? Because we got sin problems. And the sin problem is not the S or the N, it's the I in the middle. All of us, because whoever chooses to do whatever it is they choose to do. And that's their thing, man. You know, so I just pray that I become a better me. You know, I mean, I'm better now than I used to be. You left in 96 and went to Texas. See, I left in 95 and came to Atlanta. Came down here in 95, got married in, when did I get married? 98. Yeah, 98. And stayed married to 2017, somewhere around that range. They get married in 98. Yeah, 98. Yeah, January 98. Yep. So I came down here and I've been down here ever since, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to get back. Eventually I'm gonna get back home. I gotta make sure my children are straight. Once they get straight, then I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Atlanta, you know, it got the only thing I really would miss in Atlanta is the Atlanta Braves, because I like going to the games. But beyond that, and I got a homeboy, and he lets me come work at the dealership, and he pays me pretty well to work a few days a month. But I can still catch a flight and come home and do that. So I ain't worried about that. And come back and do that. So I don't know. But 404-860-2775. If you have something specifically that you would like to discuss, let's talk about it. I'm bored. I'm sitting at home. I just got through watching Oklahoma beat Texas. Now SportsCenter's on. I'm going to see what's going to come on next. And I'm here. If y'all want to talk, we can talk. I'm sitting in the bed. And if you don't want to talk, I can hit that end stream button and turn off the light. I'm already in the bed, so it won't be hard to go to sleep. I already took a shower. But you see, here it is. I can't even reach it. And ouch, that hurt. Oh, Lord, I twisted my shoulder. That hurt. I got to get in shape. If something like that is hurting my body, that's bad. Who online right now? Melinda Dokes, Anthony Max, whatever. Cool. And so I got to get my hair cut tomorrow, and then I'll head back. Let me see if they own tonight. Head back to Atlanta. Head back to Little Rock. And I got to preach, like I said, Friday night. So if you all are in the Little Rock area and you want to come through and holler at your boy, come see me. Come see me. I'll be at the Faith Deliverance Church. I think it's on Broadway, but we're doing late night service, so I won't be up until after 10 p.m. And we'll figure it out from there. Yep. I messed around and fell in love. I can't believe this, but y'all pray for me because I'm going to work my way through this situation. I'm not used to this whole situation. This is new to me. You are getting older. You can't be twisting and turning. Why you got to call me that? I ain't never called you nothing but Conjure or Hilliard. Here you come calling me older. That's fine. That's fine. Calling me old. You know what? I have you to know that a young lady from Peru, I ain't gonna tell you what restaurant I was at because I was with some people, but I was at a particular restaurant today, and this young lady from Peru, she accused me of being 28 years old. I told her I ain't had no money, so I don't know why she was trying to say that, but she sure did. She accused me of being 28 years old. Yeah, but I am no, I'm joking. I am getting older, and I can't be twisting and turning, but it's all good. I'm gonna hit the road. I'm gonna fly out tomorrow night, head to Little Rock, hang out till Sunday, and then come on back home. But I thank God for the wherewithal and the resources to be able to head out on a moment's notice like that. Cause I will. If I feel like I need to go, I need a vacation. Where can I go? I need a really, really good vacation. What did Evan just say? The 27th through the 29th? Let me look up. I need a good vacation. Let me book this plane ticket while we are on the phone right now. I've been through the storm and the rain, but I made it. I'm trying to look through these messages to see. 27th through 29th. But I've experienced. I need to get a plane ticket. You are getting, oh Lord. Conjure, do you like to fight? I just want to ask, because if you do, let me just go and put this in the atmosphere. I don't. I'm just playing. I'm playing, so don't come for me, please. And do not. I'm too vulnerable right now. I don't know how I would respond, so don't beat me up right now. I've experienced heartaches and pains. I'm checking his plane ticket. What did he just say? 27th to 29th? So I need to get the 25th. Then I'll come back on the 1st. Let's see what the flight looks like, folks. One stop, one stop, one stop, one stop. So they have no more no-stop flights. So 4059. Oh my God, they're gonna make me get there early. So 156. When is my return flight? 6:50, 5:35, 6:50 p.m. No. You would put me in a headlock. No, you won't either, because I don't fight women. I call the police on you. It took me a while to memorize the phone number, but I got it now. The phone number is 911. I will call the police. If any woman ever hits me, I promise you, I know the phone number. 911, because I wouldn't hit you. So we ain't fighting. Don't put me in no headlock. And then you might be musty too. If you musty and you put me in the headlock, then I'm going to get you, number one, for assault, and then number two, for attempted murder, because you tried to kill me with your must. So do not try to put me in the headlock, because I'm telling you right there, I'm going to call the police, and we won't be friends no more. So don't put me in the headlock. Just tell me you put me in the headlock, and I believe you, and then we can play with it like that. All right? I got a vivid imagination. So if you say, guess what? I just put you in the headlock, I'm going to believe it in my mind. I'm like, oh, Lord, she put me in the headlock. Oh, I thought that was kind of funny. I don't think, maybe y'all didn't think that was funny, but I thought it was kind of funny. But real talk, do not put me in no headlock, because if you put me in the headlock, I'm calling the police. And I don't care what city I'm in. I could be in Mississippi, South Dakota, California, wherever I am. If you put your hands on me and lock and beat me up or try to hit me or put me in the headlock, I'm calling the police. Because you need to be somewhere else. Because you know what? I didn't do anything to you to make you want to put your hands on me. Unless you don't like nonchalantness, I can't help you with that. That's who I am. Because I will be nonchalant, because I'm unbothered by a whole lot. I've been bothered recently, though. I've been bothered. Woo! That was tough. That's all I'm saying. But when this is all over, I shall wear a crown. Crown. I shall wear a crown. Crown. When it's all over. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm mourning. That's why I'm singing doggone funeral songs. I've been mourning so bad the last 2 or 3 weeks. When it's all over. Yeah. What time is it? 11:03. Dang, it's late. Thought it was ready for me. I think I'm about ready to go to bed now. I'm still one on Intellectual Stew and one on James H. Kirkland's page. That's cool. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me tonight. For those of y'all who just jumped on, because I'm just on impromptu. I don't have a whole lot to say. Okay, Eric preaching. Is he up? This is the church I'm preaching at on Sunday. I mean, on Friday. I'm Friday night. I think I count about 12 people. So it won't be that many when I get there, I'm sure. But I'm coming because my name is on the flyer. Shoot, I need to get my money back. That's all right. I'll be there. So anyway, I'll be at Little Rock tomorrow. What time I get there? 8:32 p.m. And then I'll give me some rest. And Friday, I go to Pine Bluff, see my grandmama's restaurant. And I come back, preach Friday night. Probably bored to death on Saturday. Probably bored to death on Saturday. And then Sunday, after church is over with, I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to try to see if I can find a flight to get back Saturday so I can make it back for my pastor's anniversary. I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to try to see if I can find a flight to get back Saturday so I can make it back. I'm make it back to my pastor's anniversary because Pastor Greg Sutton is celebrating 54 years as pastor of Jackson Memorial Baptist Church. So I'm going to try to make it back, but I got to get in on Friday night. It's supposed to be B.T. Moore, Kennard Bush, and another preacher. Bishop Britton or somebody. I hope they let me go first because I don't feel like they can close. I ain't no closer. So let me do my little Sunday school speech. Brenda, if you hear this, Bishop Williams, if you hear this, let me go first. Let me get my little Sunday school speech, get out the way. And I'll stand in the audience and holler for all the rest of the preachers because I don't feel like I'm coming, and that's enough. So let me just come. Don't put no extra pressure on me. And we'll be good. All right. If y'all haven't gotten my book yet, what are you waiting on? It's available. And you can order it. And if you order it, I'll get it right out to you. Hold on, let me put it up. There you go. Intellectual Stew. All right, that's enough. But you can get that and just go to my page. You can check the link out. It's at the top of my page. And you can order that, and I'll get it right in the mail to you. But I'm leaving tomorrow, going to Little Rock. So, leaving tomorrow night. So I got to send a few books out tomorrow morning. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be real cool. All right. And I'm going to start doing some shows about the book. I think Monday night, I'm thinking about doing a show, and I might read a chapter, and then we'll discuss that chapter. We'll see how it goes. Got several things I'm working on, but we'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I've been on for over an hour, and I really haven't said much. Like I said, I wasn't going to say in the beginning, so I kept my word. But hold on. Hold on. Let me do it. Turn my music on. All right. I'm about to roll. Because like I said, I've been on for over an hour. I've been waiting on y'all to talk. I mean, I wanna keep talking. I have no problem with keeping talking. But I'm bored. All I'm gonna do is go to bed. But if y'all don't call in or you don't click on the link, what can I tell you? So, I was going to talk about a story today. That was a false story. Can you believe that? I was literally going to talk about a story that was a false story, but because I Googled it and found out it was a false story, I didn't talk about it. Let me see what I can do. My account is locked on. Do your book talk later. Yeah, I'll do my book talk. I'm gonna talk about a little bit on the bossy little something can do. You want to put me in a headlock? Now you want to tell me what to do? Wow. I'm joking. Don't take me serious. Yeah, you won't plan with me. I can't control with you. Alright, so if our hearts and minds are clear and there are no phone calls, I'm going to say what I always say when I conclude the show. I say that the world is changing. But my question is why do you remain the same? If the world is changing, and it does, why do you remain? If we're evolving and the world is changing, this makes sense to me that if the world is changing, that's too much, I don't know. Too much like right. I hear y'all. But if the world is changing, real talk, if the world is changing, my question is going to forever be, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good night and we'll catch you next.
Intellectual stew with James Intellectuals too. Intellectuals too.